So I've been getting hit lately by a few people. Joe, check out this HEX Coin, man. HEX Coin. Use my referral if you join. Use my referral. Who runs this thing? Richard Hart. Where do I know that name from? Richard Hart. Oh, back in the day, Trader Boss was trying to reach out to the guy or had a conversation with the guy. I'm like, who's this guy? It sounded like some kind of scammy thing from what I remember. This Richard Hart guy, I don't remember. It was a while ago. But the name, I remember the name. So there's a lot of flags or boxes you can check if a cryptocurrency is basically a Ponzi scheme. And while you don't have to fill out all the boxes for it to be a Ponzi scheme, you know, if enough of them are filled out, you know, again, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, you know, swims like a duck, it's a duck. But not always. So there's a controversial coin called HEX, A-H-E-X. It's not on any exchange. Today's the 3rd, actually. I think it was supposed to go live today. Maybe it did. On one particular exchange. So while I cannot tell you with absolute certainty that this HEX coin is a Ponzi scheme, for my own personal use or whatever, like, would I mess with this? Not only no, but hell no. It's checked off too many of the boxes for me to give this a shot. You can earn 10% for referring somebody, and the person who referred somebody can earn an additional 20% on top of your 10%. You can earn interest by staking, and oh no, not the interest thing again. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, it's not looking good. But, caveat, could I be wrong? Sure. But I'll have you know, I'm an OG when it comes to Ponzi's, because I got caught in one myself called Bit Petite that enraged me to make me want to go after the 3 big ones: USI Tech, Laser Online, and our favorite, BitConnect. And I'll have you know, I had a couple of conversations with the FBI. They reached out to me. Well, it's not important how or why, but one of those I gave them a little information on. Hopefully it helped take them down. So again, when I see a blueprint and all of those followed the blueprint, although one of them was a little bit different, and that was BitConnect, and maybe that's why that one lasted. Oh no, Joe, this is real. This is real. You just don't want us to make money. You're just this. You're just jealous. You should do that. You, what about that? I'm trying to unplug you from the matrix and you're fighting me. Plug me back in. No, I can get rich, man. I'm going to get rich off this one. Plug me in, man. Give me the blue pill. Well, you know what? Maybe you can. If you were early enough in BitConnect, you could have got rich. You could have caved them all your crypto, your Bitcoin, your ETH, and as their shit coin, known as BitConnect coin, went up, and it did go up pretty significantly, as a matter of fact. Had you got out somehow early on, maybe you made it big. The bottom line was, it was a Ponzi scheme. And the first in and first out, you got to be both, first in and first out, are the ones that win. But if you go into this thinking, you know, this might be a Ponzi, and you have the mindset, and this goes to anything Ponzi related, and you're just of the mindset, well, I don't give it. If I can get out fast enough, who cares? If I get out fast enough, it doesn't matter, does it? Is that the kind of karma you want to be carrying? Someone else's mistake, my gain. JSnip4 is a service to others kind of guy, not so much service to self. So I've gotten quite a few emails and comments. Hey, Joe, HEX, man. What about HEX? Again, my Ponzi radar is kind of going off. It's very interesting. It's very complex. And again, being complex is usually one of the key things of a Ponzi because you can't quite figure out what is it. I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I didn't spend a whole lot of time, but I spent enough time that I convinced myself I ain't going near this with a 10-foot pole. Not even kind of. First, I'm going to read you an article from Cointelegraph about it. This was posted December the 1st, just a couple days ago. And I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to go into some details, some research that I've done, you know, little detective work kind of a thing. Again, Ponzi check off 1, Ponzi check off 2. I don't want to check boxes. I want to say, nope, I didn't check that one. Hey, good, I didn't check the 3rd one. You know what? I didn't check the 4th one either. Because then I might be coming out here saying, hey guys, my Jason4 here, sign up under me under HEX if you're going to join HEX. I think this is a great product platform and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that's the case. What the HEX? A look at Richard Hart's controversial new crypto. HEX is a new financial tool in cryptocurrency launching on the Ethereum network via a Bitcoin UTXO snapshot on December the 2nd. Critics are questioning HEX's legitimacy, calling it a colossal cash grab and privacy compromise. Devout fans can't wait to claim their tokens and start staking. So who's right and who's wrong? Richard Hart, the outspoken man behind HEX, sat down with Cointelegraph to talk about the upcoming launch and counter a few of the criticisms surrounding the project. Hart explained that HEX is the world's first... This is Ponzi check 1. The first high-interest blockchain, certificate of deposit or CD, letting users stake their tokens in return for interest. That's checkbox 1. High interest. Okay. Bear with me. I've been through a few of these already. I know how they work. These Ponzi. So again, can't quite say it for this one, just to be fair. But way too many of my boxes have been checked for me to say, hell no. Okay. Not doing it. Hart explained that the HEX, again, is the world's first high interest blockchain certificate of deposit or CD, letting users take or stake their tokens in return for interest. Users can employ interest payments. Again, here we go with the interest, ranging from 3.69% if 99% of the total supply, I guess, of HEX is staked, up to an improbable and enormous payout of 369% if only 1% of the total supply is actually staked. But again, most people are going to stake, not stake. So again, not very likely. Paid out in HEX tokens. Did you catch that? Paid out not in Bitcoin, not in Ethereum, paid out in their own internal HEX tokens. Which one of the Ponzi's did the same thing? BitConnect. And they had their token on their own internal exchange that no other crypto exchanges were messing with the BitConnect token. I want to say a couple of tiny unknown exchanges put something up, and it was like 99% of the volume was BitConnect, their own exchange, and then like a fraction of a percent between a couple of exchanges. Like it was pretty much their own exchange saying, oh yeah, look what the price is today. Again, it was fake, it was fraud, they rigged the prices, they ran the thing all the way up, ran all the way down, and destroyed everybody. That was BitConnect. So I'm going to get into some of that in a minute. So again, this interest is paid out in HEX tokens. It's worth noting that the monetary value of such a payout, this is big, depends entirely on the market value of HEX at the time of maturity. And there's a video, again, I'm going to show you a couple things, but I think the minimum, when the guy was showing, one of his own team members was showing on his website, oh, here's how you do the staking and stuff. And he tried to put in 350 something days, and it's like, nope, it's got to be at least 360, or maybe it was at least 350 something days. So you got to stake for at least a year, is what the site showed me. Again, the Ponzi's, you got to leave your coins with us for at least 6 months minimum, but that's only if you've given us $10,000 or more worth of your Bitcoin. Then you can get it out in 6 months. If you didn't give us that much, then you have to get it out in 9 months to a year, depending on how much less than 10,000 you gave us. And then when everyone started redeeming, oh, it's time to get my stuff out, the whole effing thing collapsed. This is BitConnect I'm talking about again. So you have to let these things mature for a while. Users can, well, let's see. It's worth noting that the monetary value of the HEX payout depends entirely on the market value. Well, if we have a true market value of HEX, meaning the exchanges that accept it, and HEX, from what I understand, is an ERC20 token, therefore it should be able to be put on quite a few exchanges listed. They're going to actually set the price. BitConnect, on the other hand, did not allow that. They were the only exchange. They created their own exchange strictly for their token. And then fed coin market cap and all the other aggregate things out there, you know, here's our price today. Nobody could do anything. It was all internal, right? You had to go to their website to use it. Again, it was a complete Ponzi rig. So what I'm suggesting here, or not necessarily suggesting, but wanting you to think about, is if HEX, which doesn't have its own exchange, is going to have beyond potentially multiple exchanges, what's the price going to be? What if it becomes a complete shit coin? Then again, what if it doesn't? What if it does go up? After all, BitConnect went way up and then crashed. But again, I know these things. I couldn't myself, with a clear conscience right now, come out here, because again, too many red flags for me, and say, you know, I'll just pretend I don't know that or think that, and I'll just trick everyone on my YouTube channel, my Patreons. Hey guys, just join me, join on HEX. I'm not feeling good about this. It's the world's first blockchain CD that attacks the large market in the banking ecosystem outside the savings account, Mr. Hart said. So the interest that you earn on some other crypto holdings you have, which again, interestingly, if you have Bitcoin at the snapshot date, which was December the 2nd, let's say you had one Bitcoin, you get basically a free 10,000 HEX coins. However, they highly recommend you don't mess with that, and you send them your Ethereum coins and buy HEX directly from them. Again, how did BitConnect work? Send us your ETH, send us your Bitcoin, and we'll give you our shitcoin known as BitConnect. The BitConnect coin. Here you go. And well, look at the prices. Oh yeah, that thing was way up. But they were rigging them. My problem with this one, HEX, is that I'm not seeing an exchange like BitConnect where they have their own exchange where they can rig the price, except there is actually an exchange that's listing it. It's the one and only exchange listing it, although they include Ether Delta and Fork Delta, but you can get a contract on there easily. Any ERC token can go on there, so that's not saying much. Any other exchange, is it going to be listed on Binance? Is it going to be on Kraken? Is it going to be on some, bigger exchanges? Not looking like it, not right now anyways. They're on one single exchange that I've never heard of in my life because it just opened for business. And I'm going to get to the details. Well, who owns it? Where are they located? Where's the business? Is it a private domain registry? Right? Again, all the signs that I've learned to look for about is a company scammy, Ponzi, etc. I'm glad I got screwed by BitConnect because it helped me learn an enormous lesson that I could then share with everybody and keep people, hopefully, from destroying themselves thinking they're going to get rich quick on some other thing. There's been so many Ponzi scams. I'll be honest, I can't believe how many people are so quick to jump into something like this. I really can't. Move over big banks. HEX is essentially a crypto version of the traditional fixed deposit. The client side looks like the popular banking instrument. A user locks up funds, then receives their invested principal plus interest when the term matures. Banks, quote, banks use your money as a sort of collateral that's just an excuse for them to borrow money from the government at extremely low rates, Mr. Hart said. And HEX fixes this. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has some serious limitations, he explained. What does Bitcoin do? It lets you enter a number on your screen, which changes the number on someone else's screen. It makes sure nobody does that twice by burning millions of dollars in electricity. Of course, the cost to secure a single such transaction is far from millions of dollars. Of course, it's only, matter of fact, I think 40 million was just sent the other day, or maybe it was 200 something million for like 40 cents on the Bitcoin network. Hart said Bitcoin prices can spiral downward due to minor competition, causing difficulty to spike to all-time highs while the market price dwindles. miners have to keep selling more of their newly minted coins and thus continue to push the price further down. Hart neglected to mention Bitcoin's difficulty adjustment system, which finds an economic balance between mining costs and monetary rewards. Not only that, I'm going to add, Mr. Hart didn't tell you, we have a coin that we've created out of nothing. It has, honestly, no intrinsic value to start with. It's nothing backing it. It's just another ERC20 coin. And as we know, not to say that his will be, but a whole bunch of ERC20 coins became shit coins. His is basically paying you interest. It is the interest that pays you. So what gives it the value? Whatever the market decides. And you know this referral thing, he's the top guy. So anybody that comes into this HEX thing, Mr. Richard Hart is getting a massive, unprecedented, him and his team, I'm sure, payday of quote-unquote referral bonuses, much like the MLM Ponzi schemes out there that have come and gone in the crypto world. So when you sign up, if someone else signs up, even though you don't see it, the boys behind the scenes are getting a cut of that new action, so to speak. That's how all these work. So let's continue. The programming is secure, he explained, since the consensus code that controls the inflation and validity of coins is locked in a smart contract. Developers can't accidentally generate a bug. But in Bitcoin, if you try to improve the network anywhere, your changes touch the consensus code. That's how the last inflation bug got accidentally put in there. Many criticisms aimed at HEX focus on Hart's potential to make the lion's share of profits from the scheme. The origin address, an element of the scheme that users are obliged to trust, receives a massive portion of claimant bonuses. Quote, whoever holds the keys to the origin address is going to be happy, Hart said with a chuckle. When asked for his thoughts on HEX, cryptocurrency or crypto economy podcaster Guy Swan took the question to his listeners. Quote, I started a thread on our crypto economy Telegram group and it got out of control fast, Swan said. I can't believe how this thing is set up. Its core design could make it one of the most prolific schemes to funnel money to a single party that I've seen in the crypto space. Swan expressed further concerns comparing it to OneCoin in its brazen means of aggregating vast sums, upwards of 2/3, of all invested Ethereum, and HEX supply under a single entity's keys. Swan explained, to get HEX after the airdrop, you participate in an adoption amplifier, which makes a game out of bidding on new HEX tokens by sending your ETH, into a pool. That ETH then goes directly to Richard, Swan concluded. Everything in this ridiculous token is designed to look like a game and encourage gambling. But the one universal factor in every game element is that Richard gets wealthier and you get a worthless token that he invented for free, end quote. Others have fired criticisms at Hart for HEX's purportedly Ponzi-like structure, as well as for privacy and security concerns regarding its claiming process. Vlad Castilla, a writer at Bitcoin Magazine, presented a range of arguments against HEX's purported legitimacy, calling it a scam back in January 2019 when it was originally branded as Bitcoin HEX. Castilla wrote, Bitcoin HEX resembles a Ponzi scheme. He criticized the project as a sort of fool's gold, promising to make everybody richer at the expense of a simple sign-up process. The writer also pointed to privacy concerns regarding the claiming process. During the launch phase, anyone holding Bitcoin can claim 10,000 HEX tokens for each Bitcoin stored in a wallet address. And he said, people watching the weekly interviews and understanding the process will probably think that they have nothing to lose, but the price to pay is privacy itself, as participants to the HEX scheme willingly reveal to the public how many Bitcoins they own, unless they obfuscate their transaction. Whatever. Not that that's a big deal for me anyways, either. Following a barrage of criticisms fired at HEX, Castilla concluded that the tokens will have no value, with gullible traders handing over their valuable crypto gold for worthless stones, so to speak. The project uses, quote, tactics a scam might use. Hart justified the design of HEX's payment system. The market sets the price. If no one wants in, the price will be nothing. He took a lighthearted approach in handling critiques of outright fraud. So there's this trustless thing that people can use or not and pay what the market says it's worth or not. Scam. And Hart elaborated, I don't care who you are, 10% of the world will hate you. In crypto, there's a tribalism that every coin you buy is a world-changing, amazing thing. Every coin anyone else buys is a scam by default. He also pointed or responded to the critics bemoaning his financial success and profit-seeking motivations. They're closet socialists. They say I'm poor, so I want you to be poor too. That's what he says about people trying, like me essentially, trying to stop you from losing your financial livelihoods. Anyway, so that's most of the article. So I do what I typically do, and I start researching, okay, where's the token going to be listed? Who owns that? So I'm going to share the screen with you. First of all, this is BidDesk. Joined September 2019, Twitter. British Virgin Islands is where they're located. Again, two Ponzi checks. Is this a brand new company? Check. And this, by the way, is the exchange, not HEX. But this is the one and only exchange, at least right now, as of this video, that is where you're able to trade HEX. It just showed up, perfectly timed to deal with HEX. Here it is. And they're in the Virgin Islands. Nobody knows who the owner is. Okay, so let's go over this. 153 people following this. Let me just, Poloniex, for example. Poloniex Exchange. There's 223,000 people following Poloniex. How about Binance? There's 1.1 million people following Binance. How about Coinbase? There's Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. 1.1 million. Let's go to Kraken. Kraken FX, I think that's them. 377,000. Where are we going back to? BidDesk. 153. Period. They just joined Twitter. This is a brand new exchange. They just got up and running, perfectly timed to host HEX. So when I told you earlier, Binance had their own exchange internally that no one could really access or do anything with except for on their platform. And no one else was allowed to have their coins to trade. I'm asking, is BidDesk filling in that gap? Oh, no, it's a separate company. It's a separate company. It's not a... okay, I don't know. Just going to throw that out there. Just going to throw it out there. So, let's do some more research. Again, they joined Twitter in September 2019, a few months ago. British Virgin Islands company location. No information whatsoever as to who owns the company. So, if I type in BidDesk next... Again, I want to show you everything I'm doing here. This is their website. I've already done this. Now, if I miss something, perhaps you could point me in the right direction just to clear up the record if I miss something. But about us, contact us. There's no, team or owner, CEO. There's no legal. I've looked at, again, privacy policy, user agreement. It doesn't even mention a company name, I think, in here, other than biddesk.com. Like, not even an LLC. This agreement, again, let's look over here after BidDesk service, BidDesk and its affiliates. It doesn't even say BidDesk LLC, BidDesk Incorporated, BidDesk, limited liability, such and such out of London. Another Ponzi thing, which they do in London, I've noticed in the past, these other people. It just says BidDesk. That's it. BidDesk what? Who owns this place? Who is this place? How about the contact us? Where's your home address? as in business address. Where is it? There's no business address. Look, 21 days ago, this was updated. Telegram, Twitter, business development is email. Okay, email, Twitter, and Telegram. Not even a phone number? You're an exchange? You don't even have a phone number? Well, we're going to host HEX. We're hosting HEX, everybody. Check another one off, or a couple, for the Ponzi blueprint that I talk about. Who is this? Nobody knows. Well, that's okay, because we will go to Whois domain and check out who registered the domain biddesk.com. Oh, don't know. It's private. GoDaddy, Domains by Proxy, LLC. This means it is a private registration right here. Right there. So who is it? We don't know. Now, this is clearly hosted on another web hosting type of a server somewhere, and that somewhere, Amazon Data Services Japan. So we have a company, allegedly anyways, out of, what was it? British Virgin Islands, using an Amazon server located in Japan. Okay, interesting. Again, all private. No one knows anything. You're not allowed to know who owns it, who created it, etc. Very interesting, right? So they just came out of nowhere. I went and searched CoinMarketCap, which you can search CoinMarketCap. And if I type in Kraken, exchanges, Kraken, see how it says that? Exchanges, right here. It says exchanges and Kraken. If I type in Binance, whoops, Binance, exchanges, here they are. If I type in BID, it doesn't even come up at all. ES, nope. Okay, nope, no such thing. Every exchange that is providing volume to CoinMarketCap, which is pretty much all the exchanges, you can search for them. Hit BTC, one that I don't ever mess with. As far as I'm concerned, a shitcoin exchange, to be honest with you. But that's Hit BTC. Exchange, it shows up. Why isn't BidDesk showing up? Check it off the Ponzi list. Okay, what else do we have? Domain, private registration, web server, Amazon Cloud of Japan for some reason. No one, I don't know why anyone used that. And here's their internal website place where you can go in, and if you'd like, send them real Ethereum for their shitcoin, in my opinion, known as HEX. So we have hex.win, which is their main site. And if you scroll down to the HEX designed to go higher, faster, and retain its value. How? Use a computer science breakthrough to disrupt the largest markets, whatever. Users, here it is. Users can transform Ethereum directly into HEX tokens. Kickstart adoption. Give Bitcoiners free HEX. Hey. Interesting. I thought all I had to do was use my Bitcoin and do nothing with it to get 10,000 free HEX coins. Send the ETH to the lobby. Your percent of that day's total ETH gets the same percent of that day's HEX. Day 1 mints 1 billion HEX. Day 2 to 351 have 500 million, whatever. Refer users. They get 10% bonus minted, and their referrer gets a 20% bonus. Yeah, we just have free HEX coins to just throw everywhere. Bonus for you, referral bonus, double bonus. Come on, line up. Let's move on. What determines the value of HEX? As I said, I'm just rereading my notes. With BitConnect, it was the fact that they had their own coin on their own rigged exchange. What happens if we see HEX is only listed on biddesk.com? Now, granted, it's on EtherDelta and ForkDelta. That's because it's an ERC20 token. Any ERC20 token can be listed on those exchanges. They don't count. So right, again, as of now, maybe that'll change. Maybe some other exchanges will say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and try HEX. What's up with the HEX? We'll add HEX to our, exchanges. If you want to be on Binance, all you got to come up with is like a couple 100,000, 200,000, I guess, depending on certain circumstances, of real dollar money or crypto money, just either or, and they'll list you. They'll do it. Oh, yeah, we'll take the money, you're listed. Done. And if they can get HEX on Binance, it will pump. And then probably dump, like other shitcoins that have done that. So if you turn in your Ethereum for HEX, and HEX completely dumps, what happens to your ETH, your Ethereum? You don't get it back. It's gone. You are willfully sending your Ethereum to them. Because again, there's two separate ways. I'll have Bitcoin, and I can just show that I own this through a process they have. Oh, I get free 10,000 HEX coins, but that's about it. But I want to earn interest, and I want to earn rewards and double interest and all this stuff. They highly recommend you send them your ETH. And they're going to give you this golden pile of horse dung, in my opinion, known as HEX, in return for your ETH. Just like BitConnect did, just like BitPetite did, just like USI Tech did, just like Laser Online did, just like most recently the big blowout of OneCoin. Ponzi after Ponzi after Ponzi after Ponzi. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, I'm confident enough that it's a duck. Okay? Maybe 3 of those things. Oh, Joe doesn't quite walk like a duck. He's limping a little bit. Okay, what about the other 3? Well, yeah. That's good enough for me. See you later. So here's one of the member websites. This is one of his team members that put up this site. StakeHex.com. This is an official member of the HEX website creation, Richard Hart's website, in the company or whatever. He is a team member. Under team on Richard Hart's website, it has this guy showing his name, and he says, here's my website, blah, blah, blah. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. If you have Bitcoin, note, claiming with Bitcoin will begin on December 4th, but you can transform from ETH today, right away. If you held Bitcoin in a wallet on December 2nd, 2019, at the first block after 00 UTC time, then you can mint HEX for yourself based on the amount of Bitcoin you held at the moment. Again, 1 Bitcoin, I think, is 10K HEX. In order to do so, you need the following things to be true. Now, granted, if you're just getting free Bitcoin or free HEX for nothing, oh, you know what? Have fun. Go try it out. Can't hurt that way. But if I have to lock up my Bitcoin or lock up anything, I'm not touching it. And why are they so adamant about getting your ETH? Because you can do things with the ETH way of doing it that you can't do with Bitcoin, like earning some bonus interest and stuff. One, if your Bitcoin was in a wallet that you have the private keys for. 2, your wallet allows signing of custom messages. Okay. 3, you have MetaMask installed. Yep. And have a sliver of ETH, for the fee, the gas fee. Okay. If you're unsure about any of the above or just plain intimidated, don't worry. There's another great way to get some HEX by entering the adoption amplifier pool and transforming Ethereum, into HEX. While you don't get to keep the ETH, the return tends to be massive compared to claiming with Bitcoin. So why the hell would I want to mess with Bitcoin? Let's go on to ETH, man. Yeah. Transforming ETH into HEX is about as easy as can be and is the most cost-effective way to get massive amounts of HEX during the launch. Well, gosh, which one should I do? Which one are they pushing me to do? Why are they pushing me to do that? Because this is the only method in which you lose your crypto to them. The Bitcoin method, from what I've read, I believe I got it right. If I'm wrong, again, please correct me. You don't lose your Bitcoin. You just get a little dumpage, a little airdrop, if you will. I call it a dumpage, a dump on your head. 10K of HEX. Well, what is HEX? Nothing. What's going to set the value of HEX? We don't know. As Richard Hart said, the market will determine. And again, what if the only market is bid desk and it's being set up to do exactly what BitConnect did? We're going to rig the price and we're going to exit scam at the right appropriate time. Could be 6 months, could be a year from the looks of it, could be a year, because they want you to stake minimally for 1 year. Like all other Ponzi's that I've found, they must have you staking or leaving your coins with them for many, many, many months. Again, 6 months, you can get out in 6 months if you give us 10,000 or maybe 3 months. For the big, you're going to give us more than 10,000 of Bitcoin, you could get out in 3 months. But why would you do that? Because if you let it compound, remember, if it compounds, you'll turn it into massive amounts in another 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months. So why would you want to take it out? Yeah, you're right. And everyone left it in. And the Ponzi kept going a little longer because of it. But they all got screwed. And speaking of that, HEX, I thought, let me go back to the main site, go HEX. Is that what I wanted? No, this one. Compound. Let's see if the word I'm just going to find, is compound listed? Computer. Because I thought, where was it at? The facts? Oop, if I can spell it right. I thought I found something that would compound. And I don't know if it was in one of these facts or it was on the other website. So I was just searching for that real quick. So what else do we have? So here's Richard Hart's homepage on YouTube. Description about us. Please share this channel with someone. The world needs more good ideas shared. Sharing is caring. Have you ever dreamt of getting rich, quitting your job, traveling the world, meeting interesting new friends and finding things and people you loved? I did, and the dream came true. I haven't worked a day in over 10 years. Does this sound familiar to you guys by chance? You ever go to one of these MLO Ponzi schemes, the BitConnect shows, the USI techs? Remember those? They were having the things in America. Come on, big parties. And it had that speaker that came up and kind of said what I just read to you verbatim. We also have some of his videos, which every single one going back months and months and months and months ago has the word HEX, like pretty much everyone. HEX, 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 oh, HEX, HEX, everything, HEX, 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 HEX. And I found this interesting video. Secrets on how to find love. Beautiful young Julia in a bikini in Richard Hart reveal all. Now this sounds like a guy I want to take advice on. This is almost...
Sure.
Now this is a good way to start off. Oh, here you go.
So guys,
listen. If you want to give this guy your hard-earned crypto, go for it. But please don't send me any more referral links. There's not a chance in hell I'll be signing up to this site. And again, you may get into this in old BidDesk or whatever it's called, BuyDesk, BidDesk. Somehow has the price of HEX really, really high. And you're going to be emailing me, Joe, look, I told you, bro. I told you, man, you should have got in. You should have gone in. And I'm going to say thanks, but no thanks. Because if that happens, it's following the exact blueprint big time now. If you didn't already think it was big time. Now it's really following it. Because they're rigging the price on the only exchange it's listed on. If you can get in and out, get the F out ASAP. If you can make that happen, get your money out and run. However, you're now doing what I told you about earlier. And you may have some karmic duties later to clear. You may have a karmic duty later on to try to make it right. When I got screwed out of that Bit Petite thing and realized, holy shit, this was a Ponzi scheme, I got referral money. like all other Ponzi's, out of that in crypto. And you know what old Snip did? Not only did I give back what I got, I gave back more than I got out of those referrals. And I had this huge spreadsheet. I had a guy helping me figure it out, who I owe what. Gave him a little bit of Litecoin for helping me out and gave it back. And that's the only thing those people ever got back, including my own initial investment in the Ponzi known as BitPetite. I got none of that back. But yeah, I got referrals. Sure. And you know what else I did? The first weekend that came up, I saw so much money coming in on the dashboard of their website. This is your account. Oh, until you try to withdraw it. And I was able to get, again, you were able to draw a little bit. And I did that Friday, Saturday. You guys doing a live stream. I think I gave out somewhere between $9,000 and $10,000. Yeah, $9,000 and $10,000 in some of that referral Bitcoin just for fun on my YouTube channel. So not only did I lose my initial investment, I gave away some of the quote unquote profits that were basically shit because it was a Ponzi anyways, but I was able to withdraw that. And when I went to withdraw the rest on Monday, after doing it Saturday and Sunday, sorry, database problems. Uh-oh. And the rest is history. Gone. So what did I do? The least I could do is get the referral 10% or whatever it was. I don't remember now. Give that back to you guys. I don't want any of it. I don't want any part of it. You're not getting your investment into that back, but at least the commission that I got for referring you, I'll give that to you right out of my pocket. And then some. Some extra came out of that. So I've got my hands into this one time and then realized how they work and then went after the big ones and helped shut them down, all three of them, by the way. As I mentioned earlier, I had a conversation with the FBI on one in particular. Give them some information. I'm going to wish you the best of luck if you do this. I really am. And I'd love, and I'll take it right on the chin, I would love to be wrong. That I think this is going to be epic. It's going to just last. But keep in mind, the other Ponzi's didn't just open up and get shut down the first month. They went on for months and months and many months. BitConnect went on for over a year, I think. And the whole time, guys, it's a Ponzi. It's a Ponzi. You're just jealous, Joe. You're just this. You don't want us to win. Yeah, I don't want you to win, of all people. Right. I want to save you from yourself. And I couldn't save you. You took it anyways, and you lost. You lost all your money in BitConnect. Crypto viewing, Dick Algar has a crypto song about investing in BitConnect and losing it. And, you know, it's not, I don't think it's just for lyrics. I think it's a true story, actually, about someone he knew. But again, is this a Ponzi? I don't know. Do I trust this? Not only no, but hell no. Would I even try to invest a little? Not even kind of. I wouldn't, and I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole. And again, don't be sending me, oh, a month later, Joe, look, it's up. HEX is on that exchange. It's up, man. I'm making money. Okay, but you're staking. When can you get out of the staking process and actually claim what you see on the screen? It's a big difference. When you log in, look at my account numbers, man. It's huge. And then withdraw. Oh, you can't do that yet. You got to wait a year or whatever the term period is. I don't care. Matter of fact, don't even waste your time sending me this. This video in its entirety is nothing but my opinion. Take it or leave it. Do what you will or won't do with it. I love you. And if I didn't love you, I wouldn't do the video. I do this out of love. It was love, Mr. Krabs. It was love.